Hey, what's going on, y'all? Hopefully this is a little bit better. But man, we just can't catch a break. Uh, you know, more bad injury news. I guess there's a small silver lining, but as far as Marcus Maye goes, we got the news a couple hours ago. He did end up suffering an ACL tear in the third quarter, so we won't see him for the remainder of the season. And it's tough because he was definitely one of those players that, we would have wanted to see get a secondary contract. Now, I can't say how much of the fan base that's true for, but he's put in the work during his, 4 or 5 seasons so far. And I definitely wanted to see him get rewarded. And it's especially tough because he was basically in a franchise tag year. And he needed this to be every bit of a productive season as it could be in order to see that, he gets the best offer possible on the open market. That's probably not going to happen now. He'll have to settle for a 1-year prove-it deal. Now, I don't know if Joe Douglas looks at that and says, maybe this is a bargain bin opportunity for us now where we can get him at his best for a year while he tries to rebuild his value. And, it ends up kind of being a win-win, maybe while we look to the draft to see if we can find another long-term replacement. Or if we just end up cutting ties and now Marcus Maye has to try his luck on the open market. But essentially, either way, I see it kind of being a 1-year deal. And he just kind of has to hope the cards fall right for him. It's a tough break for sure. It leaves us in dire straits too. We were already not having the, deepest safety core anymore. Luckily, the cornerbacks have been bailing us out. The defensive lines had some pretty solid games. And then C.J. Mosley has come back looking, pretty outstanding. But aside from that, we still definitely had a lot of work that was going on. So now we're kind of left with the hope that maybe Ashton Davis can be the go-to hidden gem that we find from this core. He just came back last game, and I think he actually had a pretty decent game, all things around, or all things considered anyways. I want to say he had about 10 tackles, and I think he either forced 2 fumbles or he was involved in 2 forced fumbles. Either way, at least for your first game back, I don't think we could ask for too much more than that while he's trying to, work out the kinks. But beyond that, I don't know how else we'll kind of mitigate the depth. So I know we have Ashton Davis, we have Gerard Wilson, Sherrod Niesman, and then I don't know if we're just going to stick with 3 safeties or if we end up trying to bring back another one. But I would say most likely it would probably end up being like a Sheldrick red wine, I think it was. That we've kind of had off and on previously, or maybe an Adrian Colbert. I'm not sure of too many other, Robert Saleh ties out there, or, Jeff Ulbrich. So it's kind of a toss-up at the moment. But, we've essentially been playing with 3 for the last couple weeks or so. Maybe it's less of a big deal than, what I'm thinking of right now. But, the other silver lining, I guess, would be Mike White. It does look like he'll be able to play again. So that's pretty solid news for us. He's had the hot hand. I'm going to end up talking about a whole nother video when it comes to the quarterbacks. But yeah, that's, there were so many high hopes for players in the season, and then just overall from a team perspective with where we might be able to finish on the season. And, it's one thing to have maybe one, even a megastar go down, maybe 2 players, but to just see all your hopes get dashed for positions across the board, it makes for a very rough season, especially when you're already not a team that's in the upper echelons of the league. But either way, that's the news for today. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on the safety position moving forward. Do you guys think there's anybody out there we might be able to pick up that can come in and offer us some good support, or do you think we'll probably be running on fumes there? Or maybe we get creative. We did sign 2 safeties in the draft that we're moving over to the linebacker position due to some of the physical capabilities. So I've talked about it before, maybe we make a switch back there to something like that. But other than that, I'll catch up with you guys again, and peace.